What is up, everybody? It is another fine evening here, and we are just gonna chill a little bit tonight. Don't know for how long. I don't know exactly all that we'll be doing, but I'm excited. So, let's go live. What's up, everybody? It's me, Johnny G, and welcome back to the channel and for another stream here. Hope everybody's doing great out there tonight and having a good, well, was Saturday, now Sunday, or was Sunday, now heading into Monday morning. Chilling here and just relaxing. I appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time out of your day to hang out here while we're live and on the stream. And those of you who watch on the VOD, you guys are awesome too. Never forget that. One second. Gothic, you're already here. What is up, my friend? Let me just finish up one thing that I'm doing here. And I can close this out. Start getting my other stuff taken care of. That's done. Delete the red. Okay. I was just doing my daily login stuff before I forgot for the day. And getting ready to do a small bit of farming on my other account because of the fact that I have sanity potions to use up. Okay, now let's go ahead and open Clip Studio Paint. Turn my volume down on my phone. Okay, Arknights Doodles. Reopen my thing. Okay, getting everything set up here so that we're kind of nice and easy. Ready to rock and roll. Do. Okay, give me just a second, guys. Looking over everything here. And trying to make sure that everything's in good shape. There we go. All right, cool. Currently just making a picture of all the references. Ooh, cool. That's a good thing to start working on. And that reminds me that I need to start bringing up my references for tonight. My audio is working on the TV. I can turn that down. Now, as always, guys, if anything's too imbalanced on my audio, whether it's my voice versus, what do you call it? Whether it's my voice or my, my music or anything too loud, whatever the case is, just let me know and we'll adjust as we go. I'll get the music turned on once we start and switch over. I gotta bring up this over here. Oh, of course, updating. It's a good night for relaxing and chilling a little bit. I just got home a little while ago from my parents' house. Yesterday, we did our Memorial Day celebration, and today we celebrated my sister's birthday. And yeah. Okay, cool. I can close that into my thing. Sweet. All right. Yeah, yesterday we celebrated today we celebrated my sister's birthday, and then tomorrow most of us are working except for me. I'm off. My wife works and a couple other family members work, so it's kind of going to be possibly some dinner time stuff over there, but at my parents' house again. But other than that, not too much going on. Tried to spend a little time over the weekend here fixing my scanner, which kind of sucked because I continued messing with that. But unfortunately, well, yeah, unfortunately, it's broke. So I'm not going to be able to fix that. I'm going to have to pay for getting a flatbed because I was looking at parts and the parts were just way too expensive to be able to replace what I need. Just the one broken hinge piece is, and I don't understand how this got broke because nothing's been, you know, flung open and down unless people were messing with it when I wasn't around, in which case, you know. But I don't know. One way or another, somehow the hinge piece for the lid for the scanner got broke. But then I tried, regardless of that, cleaning up the part that actually scans, because what was happening was it would scan one side of the page or whatever and miss like 2/3 of it on the other side. So it wasn't working right to scan in like my drawings, or like if I had to scan in and email something for my kids for school or whatever. I couldn't get that done. So whatever the case is, it sucked, but I'll be able to still use the printer function. But to be able to scan in my traditional artwork, I'm going to have to just buy like a cheap flatbed scanner so I can use it. And they're like 60, 70 bucks. So it's not too bad. It'd be something that I invest in when I get paid here this week. Also, like I was saying on Discord, I found an amazing ref for Cyberpunk redesign. Straps that say storm warning and lightning warning. Perfect for my characters because they are AU versions of my hurricane designs. Like, isn't that just perfect? That is awesome. That's actually really cool. I'm glad you found something that you like. Something fitting. Under the circumstances, that's a lot of stuff. You see a lot of Cyberpunk related things, and you'll get like a lot of straps and stuff and different things that have text on them, which is pretty cool. So it's good that you found some things. All right, let me get up my reference material. Bring up my character PNGs. Okay, and I think we can start our music as well. Okay, pick up where we left off. And then let's switch over so we can get started. Window capture, and we're going to switch this over to here. Boom. All right. Can also put on my own term too, hurricane warning. Yeah, that's fitting. That works. All right. Make sure this works. Yes, and over here, and boom. Use that one potion. Okay. All right, and I am chilling, and if you guys don't mind, I'm having a drink because I've needed one desperately for a couple days now. A hard Mountain Dew Code Red, and it is freaking delicious. All right, let me take off my ring, and let's see here. What do I need here? Let me find my reference picture. Or can I? Okay. Let me go into my visual resources. Game resources. Arknights. Let's open Shaw in here. We're gonna do that. We're gonna go over here, and then I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna isolate Shaw. Let's do that. Let's hide my other stuff here. Oof. Oof. Actually, I'm gonna hide my signature too, because put that out of there. And what we're gonna do, let's move Shaw. Control X. Or no. I have her locked. Need to unlock. 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 look. You know what? I wonder. Got an idea here that might work. Instead of doing what I'm doing here. Okay, where was the little this thing? Okay. So if we do there's no way to do that. Okay. That's fine. We'll do it this way then. Also, just restart on the redesigns. I'm going to start with Rita, Wilma, and Emily, then do Katrina's disguise, so I can try to link them more. Okay. Should be a reference tool. It might be needed to be added from the view or windows section, or it could be where the navigator is. Okay, yeah, somebody had mentioned that before, and I haven't gotten to quite discover that tool yet, but, I don't want that. Do this, control, copy. Whoops, I hit that. That's okay. We're gonna do new. We're gonna paste Shaw over there, just to separate her. Okay. Now, I wonder if I merge all this stuff. Merge visible layers. Okay. Okay. Now, can I do the fill tool? What'd that do? Surprisingly, not bad. Got some skin tone added to her to start with, which is a nice kick to begin with. I'll have to do some touch-up stuff. Let's take this color and let's fill. Okay, we'll have to fill that later. Let's get fill that. Okay. Should be a reference tool. It might need to be. Okay, wait, I read that. All right. Small tip, what us artists usually do is have the coloring layer underneath the line art. Easier to manage and easier to fix things if need be. That's a good point. Shit, maybe I should backtrack then. Way to go! Way to wait and tell me till after I'm already coloring. Alright, that's alright. This is easy to go back and redo. So, what do you suggest? How do we do this here? So I merged the line art. Do I do just a new layer? Just a new layer and put it underneath the line art? Is that what you're saying? Something like that? I'll wait for your word. New layer underneath. Yes. Okay. All right. Then let's continue. Let's go back. Grab the skin tone first. We'll start with that. And fill tool. Why isn't it showing? Maybe I should put it above first. No, that doesn't work. Okay, so something ain't working right here. Help me here, friendo. What am I doing wrong? It doesn't work. Or should I duplicate the layer? Should I just duplicate what? Oh wait. With coloring from personal experience, better to reference colors from the chibi sprites in game rather than the art. Well, I mean, I guess you could do either way, but I'm just using the official art because regardless of the fact, it's going to be one of those things for me to reference color, period, is going to be a little bit of a pain. You know that, but how come it's not showing up? I mean, that's obviously it's the underlayer, but if I switch it, then it shows that I filled like the whole freaking thing, and that ain't right, or shouldn't be. So I don't like what's going on here. Trying to figure it out. Okay. Ew, I spit on my freaking screen. Way to go. Way to go, dummy me. God, that is delicious and hits the spot right now. I mean, I guess maybe in some ways I could do that. I could just duplicate the line art layers and make a second version of that, and as I fill it, you know, I'd still be able to reference it and drag it down below if I had to. First thing with filling the entire canvas, use the refer to other layers bucket. That helps. Okay, wait, what is the refer to other layers bucket? Oh, this one. Okay. Whoa. That's freaking cool. That is cool. But it's not. What the hell? What did it do? What did it do? That's bull. It doesn't like my stuff. There. It doesn't like it. I don't like that. No. Okay, so in some ways, it's working now, but it's also messing with my lines there. I don't like that. As for why it's not showing up, I think it's because the white color is being on the same layer as the line art. Wait. So let's see, one question. Okay. Well, that in some ways makes sense. Need to figure out a way to clear the white, but I don't know how to do that with CSP. So the white is probably, really? Just set as my background. That said, let's see that in two panes. Not doing that. Okay, let's see here, hold on. Let's do some Googling. Googly moogly. How to remove... Oh, you know what? Actually, duh. Never mind. Here we go. Wait a second. Wait a second. Fuck. Oh, okay. All right. Let's go down. Where is my cursor? Wrong screen. That's why. Okay. We're just going to get rid of this. Do not save. Let's start with that. Okay. Okay. Hold on. So here, paper. Okay, so what we could do. I've already got her copied, so what we'll do, new, illustration, paper color, turn that off. Bam. Boom, there we go. Ah. So, starting that. Now, if we paste. What are we doing? No! Copying the wrong thing. Okay, so. Undo. Okay, now we Control C. Control V. No. Okay, so wait. Let's try this again. Control. What the hell? What are we doing here? Oh my god. Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry. I'm tired. Forgive me. Forgive me. I am big dum-dum. Okay. So, let's paste that here. There we go. And paste it there. Just so we have it back. Alright, cool. Now we got it. Now we got it. Alright, so... Alright, so let's do this. We're gonna delete that because that's not necessary. Okay, so this is our... We're gonna lock that so I don't have to mess with it. Now. Okay, so we got that. Now. We do a layer underneath. Boom. And then let's try and see what it does if we do this. Refer to other layers. Let's pull some skin tone. Go here, poof, and boom. Oh! Hi! You work nicely now. Sweet. Butter my biscuit and call me fat. Because it's true, I am fat. Oh god, and then I farted. I think we got it, friendo! For reference, chat, if you hear any strange noises tonight, I am extremely gassy, so I'm probably going to fart at multiple points during this stream. You'll probably hear it. I will be ashamed. Who am I kidding? I probably won't be ashamed, but yeah, it's just a thing that's probably going to happen. It has been that way since a few hours ago. Okay, now let's continue. Let's pull some of this and go over here and do some of this and some of that and some of those, some of these and some of that, some of this and some of that. Thank you for teaching me this, though. Seriously, I appreciate this. This is stuff that I need to learn, and it's all new to me in terms of this. And like I said, I do see and I know that there's going to be some stuff I'm going to need to do some touching up, and we'll do that as we go. But I want to get the bulk of it filled here. And we'll roll with that. And then I'll be able to go back and do that touching up. So this is awesome. I very much appreciate it. I'll figure out the reference thing later, but this is working pretty well for me right now. So, ooh, excuse me. Beautiful. I'm coloring finally. That actually legitimately might make me cry if I continue. All right, let's continue on pulling some stuff here. Though, I am Shaw, the lungman falling. Fire department, reporting for duty. No. Control Z. Okay. So the neck is probably that, because I don't see anything special there. So let's go with this for filling this stuff. Okay. Use that for this. No problem. Tips to an artist? Well, thank you again. Every tip helps. Every little tip helps. Don't forget her neck, Goofer. Don't worry, I wasn't forgetting. I just wanted to make sure that, you know, I did it right color-wise, and they don't really show it here, and I think that this is her only protection around her neck, so I'm just gonna go with the skin tone for it, so I just wanted to make sure before I jumped into that. Let's do the helmet. Okay, so let's grab that because it's behind the shine. And use that for filling her helmet. Poof, 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 poof. Okay. Hi, OMG, dang, I didn't see the notif until just now. Had to reload my page. Looking good so far. Well, welcome in, Lucky. Appreciate you being here. I'm gonna try and finally get her colored here. Let's see. Ooh, okay. So let's grab this and throw that in there. Like I said, we'll go back and do this touch-up after, but touch up and hit all the other spots. Didn't her ears a certain color? Well, her ears, sure, but look at her helmet. Never mind. It's all right. It's all right. It's all good. Let's grab this for these parts. There and there. Okay. Okay. So boom, boom. And then we need to do... grab again. Grab. Why is that yellowing? That's so weird. Okay, let's grab gold and fill. Okay. Hi, Chloe. How's it going? Musy. There's so many roofs over there. Could possibly be lighting. Yeah, that's weird because if I look at it on just the original PNG up on my other screen, it's oh, it actually is there. Never mind. Ew. Okay. It's like an outlining, like a yellowy outlining reflection. That's strange, but okay. Could also be a glitch. I don't know. But it's showing up on the PNG as well. Then again, I mean, it even shows over here too. It's like the line continues from the side of her jacket, goes up here, disappears, then you see it in the background, and then boom, it's on the side of the helmet. It's a little strange, but yeah. Okay. Excuse me. Let's get this filled. You know, I actually don't like that color. It's kind of muted. Let's brighten that a little bit. Because it's supposed to be a red. That's better. Much better color. All right. Oh, it still uses the same color for the handles, so pull that back. Boom. Nice. Okay. And then... Oh, weird. Okay, it doesn't show... See, I doodled tips on, thinking those were supposed to look like fire axes. And I doodled, like, the blade edge on there. But that doesn't show there. Well... Maybe we just color over then. Okay. Let's just do it this way. We'll color over the black line when we go through and do that. There we go. We'll touch it up after. So let's get this stuff done. See, this is a little muted because of that. Make sure you check the values of your drawing, mainly by turning the drawing to grayscale and then checking the values. If they're under 5 or 4% apart, then I'd brighten or darken one of the colors. Okay. Well, I guess that's something we could possibly do, but I don't know how. Do that. Oh yeah, there's not much difference there. So let's grab this darker outside because it's supposed to kind of be similar. At least it's what it looks like. Let's try, that's better. Okay. And let's throw that out. Okay. That's how I'm able to make you see the differences between them. Oh, okay. How to do that I don't fully know, at least on CSP. Well, hey, you know what? We'll figure it out and we'll learn just as we've been, right? You've been giving me tips and pointers. We've been figuring it out as we go. And if we got to look stuff up and Google it and learn it, then we will. That's the one thing, the wealth of knowledge that the internet holds. It's also why I tend to reuse other colors despite being different from another color to fill the same area to prevent clashing colors. That makes sense. Okay, Shaw, you need some whites to your irises here. Oh, let's do the white. Oh no, I didn't leave much room for white over here. Well, pickles. Well, I'll do a white edge on each side, and I may have to correct this a little bit, which I can do. I can do that. It's all good. We'll figure it out as we go. Ah, Poopy. I just realized. Poof. Gotta get the tip of her nose. All right, now to figure out the eyes, I may have to grab another reference. So let's do that. Let's look up some more Shaw. Let's see. This is why I need a bigger desk. Shaw, there we go. Let's pull that up. I need something to spread and move my thing up. My keyboard off to the side. Yeah. Color on Doctor's jacket, despite being different, use the same orange. Don't forget the pen tool still exists. I won't, don't worry. Like I said, I'm gonna go back, and once I'm all done filling in the bulk of it, I'm gonna use the pen tool and stuff to recolor and to redesign certain things, just because of the fact that, well, like there, I said, I need to redo the edge of the eye a little bit to add and account for some white. But at the same time, I want to be able to touch up like some of the spots like that. Obviously, you could see some blippage going on there. I want to redo that, and I'll do that with the pen tool after. So I'm grabbing the sprite, but thank you though. I'm gonna grab the sprite, and I'm grabbing the other arts for her here. Her Elite 2 and her skin art and stuff, so I can see things a little differently too. Let me put that. Oh yeah, I'm tired. Like I said, chat, I don't know how long I'll be at it, but I want to do some more of this and continue to chill and have a good time. Let's see. Character PNGs. Shaw Elite 2. There we go. Save that one. Besides, I'm enjoying a drink. And just enjoying some time to wind down a little bit after the weekend. I'll save her Ghostbusters lookalike skin, but it doesn't really give too much help here. All right, so we'll get the sprite now. Okay. Based on a squirrel. Nope. That's not what I wanted. Okay. Damn it. Need me to grab the sprite? No, I'm getting there. Thank you though. Okay. Here and that. Let's close that. Okay. have a website. I'm just trying to find where it is. There we go. There we go. Alrighty. That is strange. I'm gonna save that site. But okay. There we go. SD viewer. Nope, that doesn't work either. Okay, so my sites are screwed. Here we go. Okay, so I have her up. Her sprite here. Now just how do I grab it? Let's do... There we go. Now I can screenshot it. Control print screen. Boom. Now I can paste it. See if that helps. Okay. Paste and whoa. That did weird. Okay, let's crop it to here. Control A. There we go. Let's save this as. Sprite. S-P-R-I-T-E. Got it. All right. Thumbnail. We'll throw that in my character PNGs, even though that's a little different. But let's open that up and reference that. Okay, and see if I can see the eyes a little bit better. Now I can zoom it in. Let me see a little bit more here. Boy, her eye color is a pain to get. Well, let's fill. Let's go back here. Let's fill the black in the middle. Let's fill those. And let's fill our shine as well while we're at it. Not what I wanted, but okay. Go here. Let's fill. That is. Whoa. Okay, so we're gonna have to hand fill that one. And probably that one too. That doesn't want to. Yeah, that's not filling right, so that's okay. We can fill that with the pen tool. But now let's just let's grab this. So that shows up on both. I just have to kind of. Ooh, darn. Okay. We're gonna have to pen fill that one too. All right, cool. Let's do it that way. Okay, what are we doing here? I have to decrease the size of my brush. Get that fine-tuned here. Let's get the majority inward. Okay. Okay, let's see. No, cancel. What are you doing here? Here we go. 5. Okay. Perhaps it's the same color as her hair. May as well use the hair color for her eye color. Yeah, it kind of, there's like this point, it shows up, the sprite, it's like darker up top, lighter around the bottom of the iris. And then there's this flash of this color that you could see that's very close, but like a little bit brighter. So I'm kind of using that as a reference, because everything else is so shaded that it's hard to see and hard to go by, but I'm liking the way this is looking right now, so far. Okay. Well, let's put this in like that. Then we'll add, let's go back and use black to that. Beautiful. Now about an eraser. Go to here. And Weird. Weird. Seems fine to me. Don't worry about matching colors exactly to the reference. Later you can go in with a multiplier add layer if you wanted to and get rid of those color values later on. Okay. Weird. Okay, I was able to add that though. That does look nice. Okay, all right. Let's go back here. Let's pick this again and lighten it just a little bit. See what that would look like. That doesn't look bad. Just a little. All right, let's do it with the pen. Gosh. Wow. Showing you my current progress. I don't do that either. I even intentionally change the colors or remove colors if they end up clashing. Showing you my current progress on the inspiration board. Okay. Currently working on coloring my next piece right now too. Oh, awesome. I just color pick from the chibi sprites and do multiply or screen layers for shading, but only for fan art. Okay. Just putting pictures into one image, but after that's done, I'm gonna sketch cyberpunk redesigns. Okay. All right, so let's go back through now and start touch-ups here. Let's do my color picker and let's use that. Let's start with this. Okay. Okay, let's do the next stuff. Looks good. It's looking good. Okay, we have this here. Okay. Same luck, yeah, color pick from the chibi sprites because there's not as much shading that could change the colors. Okay. I think I got that pretty well. Let's go ahead and... No, wrong one. Let's pull this. Pull this down. Let's go down here. If you want to have the bucket tool cover more white spots in the tool settings, you can turn the tolerance up to cover more space. Okay. So I remember something about that. I remember seeing something about that somewhere, but I think I messed with that in Krita when I used to use it. But I've never done that in here, so I kind of forgot about that being a thing. But thank you. I'll have to do that. Okay, let's grab this. Actually, what I'd like to do, grab this, let's darken it for in here. It's still a little too light. Drop it further. There we go, that looks better. For the dark for the inside, that makes a little more sense. Okay, let's go with the extra hard stuff next. Because what a pain. Here we go. There's a spot. Let's get that. This one here. Okay, right here too. I knew I seen another one. Okay. Huh. Be careful though, too high of a tolerance would cause the paint to seep through the line art. Yeah, just mess around with it until it works for me. That makes sense. Tablet's gonna hate me for the canvas size of this thing. Oh god. Don't make it too big. Okay, let's grab that. There. Ooh, excuse me. So next, wait, before we do that, I see you, little spot. Thank you. Grab this color. Okay. Oh my. Sorry if I'm too quiet, chat. I'm just like kind of honed in right now and feeling good. And I'm feeling good. Wow, I don't even know how I know that, but all right, ignoring that. Take that and touch up the corner. That spot. Okay, let's do that. Those. That's looking good. Okay. Ah! I didn't. Why? I don't want you zooming in down there. I want to zoom in up here. Okay. Either make the size bigger or the pics will be too tiny to be registerable. I get it. I understand what you mean. Ah, shit. Really? I missed 2 spots. Getting ahead of myself. There we go. Now let's go. Oof. Let's grab this one. Fill in the red a little bit more. Okay. Grab this. These little spots. Okay. there we go. That's why. Oh my God. She's freaking adorable. Okay, let's fill this little bit in that I'm seeing here. Used to listen to that song many years ago. I think the only reason I know it is from a TV commercial. And I don't know the whole song. I just know that particular part. That's the only reason I think I know it. So, because I don't think I've ever actually heard the full song. I'll put it this way. I lost my taste in American music a long time ago. I used to like certain bands and like rock and roll and stuff from here, but I just grew out of it because a lot of the stuff sounded so copy and paste, and then come to find out that there's a lot of things that record labels and writers in American music were copying from the sound to the vocal cadence of a lot of foreign songs and trying to write it off like, oh, people aren't going to find out. It just kind of got to me a little bit. Excuse me. And then a lot of it just started sounding too much the same to me. And it got old. And I tend to fall back to my instrumentals a lot. And I tend to fall back into listening to songs that or soundtracks and things, whether it's from a movie or a video game or an anime or whatever. I just listen to those scores over and over again. But then there's some things that I get really addicted to, like the Hazbin Hotel and Hell of a Boss songs. But the majority of if I want anything in lyrics anymore, it's either something in Japanese or it's the Arknights EPs, and that's pretty much it. Or like the couple of songs that I know from Limbus Company and stuff like that. That's all I have. Like, and I don't even have anything really on my phone anymore. Like, I still have stuff on my phone. I used to primarily listen to that there, but I listen to most of my stuff off of YouTube Music anymore, like when I'm in the car, because I have Android Auto, so it just hooks up and plays right through there. And it's just mostly soundtracks and scores and a little bit of stuff like this on occasion, some lo-fi type things I'll listen to when I'm doing things, but other than that. And then, you know, you guys can laugh at me and make fun of me if you want, but I'm not one of those people that hates Christmas music. Like, I know people get tired of it, and there's a lot of that contingent of people that will sit and like freak out because they hear it everywhere they go and whatnot. I don't know. I like Christmas music, and I tend to listen to certain things at Christmas time, but I enjoy a mix of different music, but don't listen to too much pop, mostly indie. Okay. Do I use Spotify? Actually, no. I did once. I think I had like a free trial and I didn't really use it. Like, I used the free trial and then I forget when. This was like a year or two ago. I got a free trial somehow and I think I barely used it. So I haven't really used Spotify. Ugh. I did that for a while too. Depends on my own, but I don't care for the classical music, but epic orchestra remixes, that makes sense. There's a lot of stuff that I listen to, like the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, being that the majority of that is vocalless. I enjoy a lot of that type of music, but sometimes it gets to be a little too much for me. But I like some things that are a little bit softer and more melodic, but I listen to whatever except for country. Oh my. No country. No country at all. Nope. When I was a kid, I used to be like okay with it. You know, there were certain things that I listened to because my parents listened to it. My parents are like, they have such a huge mix of musical genre. They like whatever. For for the most part, except for like pop and rap and hip hop and that kind of stuff. They don't care for that stuff. But rock and roll, southern rock, country, instrumental stuff, you know, they like a whole bunch of it. But it just kind of seems to depend on the mood. But that's the only time I've ever really listened to country, and I personally don't care for it. I just don't like it. Especially too, more modern country is just so whiny and not country. Like if you look at old school country and stuff like that, and way back in the day, and what country stood for, what the music was, the heart and soul of the music, today's country is just not it. Like it completely lost touch with it. Everyone hates country, but it's fun sometimes. I mean, like I could get down with some old school, like to an extent, but it just, I can't. It's weird. I'm more of like the southern rock if I go for something like that. Orchestra music like Footsteps of Doom or Songs of Epic Score. Dark horror music. See, that's why like I will get in my moods and stuff and I will sit and listen to nothing but like the Resident Evil scores on repeat. And or Silent Hill music, man. You know what? Fun fact, and now this isn't score related, but anybody who is familiar with basically Silent Hill 3 onward, where they started to put the vocal songs, the vocal tracks in that were sung by Mary Elizabeth McGlynn. If you don't know who she is, she's a voice actress. She has done a lot of work. She's done directing. She's done a lot of stuff, but she participated and worked with Akira Yamaoka on the vocal tracks for like Silent Hill 3, 4, and a whole bunch. Oh my God. The very first time I ever went to an anime convention was Katsucon in DC. It was my first year in college. I got to meet her. I don't know where the picture is. I'll have to find the picture of me. I got a hug from her. And I was dressed up as, who was I cosplaying that year? It was so easy. Firo from Bakano was the character that I was dressed up as. But I got to meet her. I got to give her a hug. I went to her Q&A panel. And I actually was such a huge fan of the Silent Hill music that I asked her, I'm like, what was your favorite song to do? And could you pitch us a line from it? I lost the video on my old digital camera that broke, but I had a video at one point of her singing the opening line of You're Not Here to Me from Silent Hill 3, and that's like the song that plays at the intro of the game. Oh my God, that was like one of the most legendary moments of me ever meeting somebody famous. And it was so cool, but she was so kind, even though I was like a cringy nerd at that point in time over her. And then what's cool is my wife at the time was just my girlfriend, but she couldn't be there. She was at school and whatnot at the time. Well, when I went to an autograph signing with Mary, it was cool because my wife knew her as Kurenai from Naruto. And she was at home, and Mary actually took my phone and called her and talked to her for a couple minutes. Such a cool interaction. But to have had her sing You're Not Here to Me, I still remember that, and that is just one of my favorite things about meeting a voice actor or voice actress to this day. And it's one of the things that inspired me a little bit more too to be interested in it, just how cool and down to earth she was, among other people, you know, that I've met, but still. My kids like the time where I talk about how I met Kyle Haybear at the same convention, but at the time he was doing these live streams on occasion from his home. He'd get on like Facebook Live and stuff. So I'd sit at home and I was sitting talking to him on Facebook Live, and he said something about having to get up and go do something. He'll be right back. I'm like, hey, I typed in chat something like, hey, he's going to poop. And he's like, I'm not pooping. He saw my comment and started this whole thing. I'm not pooping. The chat was going ham on it. Oh, what's some fun times back in the day that, man, I miss, but good things to remember and think about, especially when you're in a bad mood. Those little things make me tick. Now, every time I hear that song too, every time I hear You're Not Here, I just think of that moment. Oh, man. All right, so where are we now? We're gonna need to add a little shine to the visor. I touched up the eye a little bit, but I need to darken some stuff here. So let's do that. Finished my reference collection. Nice. Awesome. Oh man, my ear just got itchy. Never mind, Discord hates it. Discord's a butt sometimes. All right. Well, there's some progress on Shaw. Ah, wow. Wow. We need to shade. I need to add some little highlight stuff, like I need to do the shine for her visor, but to kind of make that pop a little bit more, but I'm proud. That's coming out nice. For being a colorblind dork. Oh, man. Wow, that is... You tell me you're going to send over Twitter, so I go to open it up. And the first thing I see on Twitter, anime boobs. Yay. Oh my. What is this world coming to? Now. New message requests, and they're all garbage spam messages. All right, let's take a look here. Ooh. Ooh, yeah, that's some, some good reference stuff. Ooh. I like that jacket. Nice. Ah! Go back! What are you doing? Stop. I'm trying to look at the rest of the picture. Nice. That's really cool. I like that. Get yourself a nice collection there. I suggest doing all the shading in one color layer using a multiply layer on maybe 75% or 50% opacity. Okay. I'm gonna have to figure that out, what you're talking about, but we'll do that. All right. Like anime cell shading. Okay. 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 It's all right. It's a jumbled thing, but it's cool. It's a bunch of references, and that's something to be able to scroll through and look at. I like that. All right. So, do I do that layer for the shading below or above this? I know it's probably a lot of not cyberpunk stuff. No, you've got a lot of stuff there that has like that cyberpunk aesthetic, whether it's the clothing or just the color schemes and designs and stuff. So you're pretty good. You're pretty on point with that. I mean, there's stuff that's more deeper cyberpunk, but okay, drop down that says normal. You want to make a new layer. New layer. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lock that one so I don't mess it up. Lock that. Okay, so here. So I make this multiply. Okay. And then you'll click the button that looks like a square inside a dotted square under the normal drop down. Wait. Multiply will be your shadows. So clip to layer below. So that, okay. I have that right. I think I clicked that button. I see that. I think we got it. Maybe. The first little icon. Okay, cool. All right, so what do I do now? I'm sorry. You guys are awesome. I appreciate all the advice. This is helping me, and I'm feeling good. I like this. Geez, what did I do? Now it can only draw inside your colors on the layer below. Drag the line art to the top. The line art is here. So this whole folder I copied from the original thing. That's all the line art. So that's at the top. Oh, I don't think the jumbled mess works in the reference tool because it's so jumbled. Okay, because then this is the color. This is just a blank background. This is the color. So this will be the shading. So how do, okay, wait a second. Oh, okay, never mind. It's all right. Oh, she's on her phone. I thought my wife fell asleep for a second. Wow. You would swear that there's no alcohol in that. That just tastes like straight Code Red. Now you want to pick a dark color that will be your shadows. Suggested a color on your image can be a color from the background, in the image itself, or just any color you like. So a darker color. Suggest doing a purple or dark blue, black or brown for the shadows. And color pick one or adjust it. Okay. How about if we color pick that? Because that's kind of like a dark gray, black kind of going in. Okay. Now you said opacity to go down. I saw, hold on, let me backtrack to see what that was. There we go, 75 or 50%. Okay, so which one would you suggest that I start with? Go higher or lower opacity? Or 50 range. You can adjust for looks. Oh, okay. Let's start with the 75. Okay. And put it lower. Okay. Try to use a warm color like red or orange for the skin, because if you use blue colors, the skin will look dead. What if I want to make her a zombie? I'm kidding. I get it. Darker at first so you can see it easier. Okay. Now comes the hard part, because I have no freaking clue really how to shade. Kind of used to. Keyword kind of. But I used to have this cool tool, and I don't know if I still have it anymore, but it was a software tool, and it's meant for game design and spriting. But it would have been cool. It's neat because what it is you put like a sprite or something into it, and you set a light and put it in an area, and it creates the shading for you. You can use your shadow as is, airbrush or paintbrush, or just use the pencil tool. Okay. Zombie Shaw. Just make her skin green. I mean, that would be if I want to make her look really sickly, but to use the lasso tool to fill it. Well, we want to kind of darken in around here, so... Just curious as to how this is gonna look. Don't do that. You know what? Here, hold on. Let me redo, because I kind of screwed up where I wanted to go with that. Okay. So, if I go, and we're just kind of gonna follow this line. Increase my brush size a little too small for me for shading as much as I want. All works just up to you what you like. If you have trouble going over the lines, you can use magic wand on each part so you don't have to worry about that to select. Oh, okay. Okay. Let me try it a little bit manually here. The inside there, covering that. Let's darken this side same way. Okay. You could just erase it if it's wrong, since it's all the same color on its own layer. Okay, okay. Ooh. Okay, now we kind of need to do a little bit under here, I think, to cover that. Nope. Back. Backtrack. I gotta move over a little bit here. Okay. So that shade's under there. Okay. Okay. Once you lower it, the shadows will appear more natural. Plus, you can add other colors and lighting if need be. Probably need to remake the board, but include far less. Because, geez, it's unintelligible. That's weird, because I did set this to 75 to start with. I remember doing that, but I must have undid that. Ah, what are you doing? Why are you... There we go. 5. There we go. Okay. Ow. My fatness. Okay, so we're kind of gonna darken. In here a little bit. I already set it to be a darker color, but I'm gonna darken it a little more anyways. Because it's supposed to be. You're a loser, baby. A loser, but just maybe if we eat shit together, things will end up differently. Okay. Do I want to shade the whole neck? Because that is kind of encompassed underneath. Might be better off that way, actually. That in. I also use the fill bucket if you want. Yeah, okay. Eat shit together. It's Loser Baby from Husband Hotel. It's Angel Dust and Husker's song. That's their line. Trust me, there's worse lines in that song than that. I don't know if I can do the voice. Give me a second. My husband's famous line. Nope, she's not paying attention. But I got no holes left to deflower. Sorry. I sold my soul to save my power. Now I'm on that demon's leash. Nope, she hasn't heard it. So either we're delayed out there or she's just not paying attention. Because normally she'd be laughing at me saying that. Hi, Schnookums. Anyways, moving onward. Okay. Why are we on? There we go. OMG. I'm sorry, guys. I'm weird. I'm on it tonight. Wow. Nope. Yeah. I'm sorry. Shit. What am I thinking here? I am not thinking right to begin with. I mean, I know the song well enough. We're all weird. I've got an appetite for sampling every drug and sex toy I can find. Here's another one, Gothic. There's another weird line for you. I see kittens. Kittens at the door. Or hanging out near the door, watching for me. Okay, I am trying to decide where else to shade here. Should do a little bit under the eyes. A little bit above the eyes, maybe? Nah, that I don't know. Hey, just putting that out there, you know. I'm a strange feller that likes very strange things and do very strange things as well. Besides, I was singing Poison as Sir Pensius earlier. It was a very strange moment, and my egg boys were not helping. Miss Bomb. I do see how that comes out, making that look really nicely, as far as the shading goes, but I don't know where else to shade. I actually did at one point when I was working on my one voice acting thing, and I was testing my eggies. When I was testing Audacity in certain settings and trying to test stuff to figure out what I wanted to do for, like, when I did the Mephisto dub video, I was working on just playing around with settings and getting used to it. And I kind of figured out how to do the radio-ish voice, to do that overtone to my voice. And my wife loves Alistair. And because of that, I made a little clip of an Alistair voice for her and sent it to her on her phone, and she was like, why? And I'm like, because I found out how to do that, and I know you like Alistair, so I tried to make you like me more. But, you know, needless to say, I got the look. I told her I'd sleep on the couch that night. She told me no, but yeah, whatever. Decide where the light is coming from. Yeah, that's the problem. So, like, the only thing I've done so far is, obviously, I shaded underneath where the head is there. And I shaded where, like, those little protective flaps are covering and in the underside of the helmet. So we got that much. But where's the light going to come from?
Roger, 0J, and I feel fine. Discovery Houston, press to ATO.
Oh my. You know, I probably could shade the inside of the ears a little bit because of the fact that they are supposed to be indented. So let's maybe do a little bit of that.
3, 2, 1, 0, 0.
How far should I go in? Just a light outline, or inner line, maybe.
Computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Okay, so we got that added. Now, I guess I could do a little bit of like underside. Like underside of this sort of deal. Ambient light is fine too starting out. Okay. I mean, considering I'm just starting out and learning this stuff, it's one of those things that's going to take me time, so that would make sense to roll with. One thing I definitely want with my redesigns, glowing hecking clothing. Glowing clothing is something that I am a little bit drawn to when it comes to the cyberpunk aesthetic too, so I get what you're coming from. I really like a lot of the stuff in Cyberpunk 2077, especially at nighttime, when you see characters with clothing that kind of lights up and glows a bit more. It's just one of those things where I like that a lot, but of this stuff going close to the helmet here. Bit of shading underneath the emblem there. So I could do that for the nose. A little bit of light shading underneath the eyes. Or does that make her look too... Nah, that makes her look too, like, sleepy-eyed. Don't like it. Take that away. Oh, well. Okay. What about if we do above? What's that look like? Do you like? Nah, I don't like the look of that either. Right now I'm actually picking and choosing which reference to add instead of just trying to cram all of them into one space. Hey, whatever's easier and whatever works so that your tablet doesn't crash. Cat's redesign is going to feature a perma sleepy eye. Okay. Sounds fun. Ooh, you know what? Here's another idea. There we go. Add some hair shading. I like. Let's give some depth. She barely gets 5 hours of sleep every night. Hey, sounds like me if I'm lucky. I'm lucky to get 5 hours on any given night, but under the circumstances, I'm one that I don't do well on the long sleeps. If I sleep in too much, I drag for the day. And my wife was actually talking about this earlier too, and she's the same way. If we oversleep, we don't accomplish a lot. And I get this weird way where if I sleep too much, I end up like wanting to nap more during the day. Like if we have a day off and say I go to bed at midnight and I wake up 8:30, something like that, I tend to like get up maybe for 2 hours and I feel like I have to sleep again. So I fall back to sleep, wake up after like an hour, get up a couple more hours, feel like I have to sleep again, take another hour nap or whatever. It gets weird, but that's strange. But if I sleep for like 5 to 6 hours, I'm comfortable. I get up and I'm more active and like I'm more productive at work that way too. So that's kind of weird, but I think I just don't function well on too much sleep. But of course, if I get too little, then I drag even further, you know? If I get 2-3 hours of sleep, I'm dead in the morning, zombified. Hope I can get more sleep. I appreciate that. Not so much you have that issue. It's not, I don't know. It's like, I used to be the kind of person that could sleep very, very long periods as a kid and have no, you know, no qualms, no regrets, anything like that. But, you know. Oh, I just realized something very dumb. Very, very dumb. And I meant to do this. You know what? No. Yes. Maybe. No. No, I can't really because, okay. If I go around here. Yeah, if I do a natural curve to it, you're not going to see it anyways. Never mind. The flap. I'm okay. We're good. I sleep way too much. Hey, you've got your issues and stuff going on. Understandably so. To an extent, though. Right now, same. It's one of those things where, I tell you what, when I was a kid, my parents struggled to wake me up because I could sleep hours on end, no problem. But I'm in a situation now where I'm the opposite. I can't. But I will say that when I have two cats that tend to lay on me and sleep on me during the night, it gets a little comfy. And it helps me sleep a little better. Little purr boxes that they are. We were talking about them again tonight. My mom made a reference because my nephew was wearing a shirt about being best cat dad or whatever. And my mom was like, you know, he actually became the unintentional cat dad, pointing to me, you know, with the fact that I completely unintentionally became a cat dad. Now, now I love him to death. Love him to death and don't regret a single moment of it at all. All right, chat, what are we thinking here? What are we thinking for additional shading here? Let's just say we're doing some like ambient lighting or just normal here. Because like I said, with what I got going on, what am I missing? Where else could I shade potentially here? Because the only other thing I'm thinking of right now is adding the lighting, just the shine on the side of the helmet. Or the visor here for the helmet. What else can I shade? Or should I shade? Aw. I told this story, and I'll tell it again here on my X Live, but when we moved out, it wasn't long that we were here, and I went and I picked my kids up from my parents' house the one day, and we came home, and we yeah, I brought my kids home. We get out of the car, and I'm telling them, you know, take your stuff, go to the door like normal, and we hear this meowing. And I'm like, I'm looking around, it sounds close, I can't find it. Oh, what is going on? We're hearing a cat somewhere. And I just looked at the kids, I'm like, just go to the door just in case, better to be safe than sorry. And it ended up that I just kind of walked around to the front porch, and I have this metal glider on the front porch that used to have cushions on it. And basically it ended up that I see this cat laying out there, and she's meowing and meowing and meowing, and sees me finally and goes to get up. And I'm like, crap. I'm worried at first, you know, I don't see a collar. I don't see anything, nothing identifying. And I'm just kind of like a little cautious, and not being an animal person, I didn't know how to handle it. My wife was at work at the time. And so I go back to my door, and kids go inside. I kind of go inside, and I pull the door shut. This cat follows me all the way to the door, meowing and meowing and meowing and carrying on. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. And I'm looking, and I'm like, okay, she doesn't seem harmless. She's just looking. She peeks. She stands up at the door. She's peeking in the screen door at me. And I'm just kind of sitting there, and I'm like, there's nothing. I don't see any kind of, you know, again, collar, any identifying markings, whatever. So I call my mom, and she's just kind of walking me through, like, do you have anything that you could feed it? Can you check and see, is it hurt or anything like that? No, you know, there's nothing that it's not hurt, whatever. I end up, the first thing I could find, I grabbed a couple of saltine crackers because he looked skinny, and I'm like, okay. Tossed a couple crackers out the door. She ate them. I'm surprised. Okay, I had some chicken. So I cooked up a plain piece of chicken, cut it up into little bits, put it on a paper plate, set it outside. She ate it. And it was cold at the time. It was, I think, February. It was in February. And I'm like, so I grab one of the cushions off the front porch. I grab a little box, and I set up this little makeshift hut on my porch. And she goes in and lays down. And every time I'd come outside, she comes up and she curls up. Well, the one time she's crawling up in my lap, and I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do. I'm panicking because I'm not an animal person, you know? All I could take care of at the time and all that I wanted was fish. Well, she ends up crawling up on me, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm just petting her and just feeling her purr and feeling her. And eventually it gets to the point where I send pictures to my mom and whatnot, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. And she's like, just take her inside, you know? And she called my sister. My sister comes over just in time. My wife comes home. My sister was doing cat rescue stuff at the time. And she comes over, brings us food, brought us a temporary little litter box. And she's like, think about it. And she's like, I'll come back in the morning. I'll pick her up. I'll take her to the vets, and we'll see. And she actually was the one at the time. I didn't know what it was until she checked, and she's like, it's a little girl. So, well, took her to the vets. Comes to find out that, yeah, she's a little girl, about 6 months old, had a broken hip. Like she was possibly tossed out of a car or something, or, you know, thrown out and got hit or whatever. Either way. But other than that, no damage, no nothing. She was clean. Ended up, well, we decided to keep her, and I named her Claire. So we have our cat, Claire, who's been with us, and she's named after Claire from Resident Evil. Little survivor. But her, she just wants nothing but love. She wants to lay with you. She wants to curl up with you. She wants to be loved and petted and taken care of. My other cat, I got the following year, I believe. Later that year or the following year, something to that effect. I can't remember for sure. I'd have to look at the dates in my mind. I'm a little too tired for it right now, but I know they're similar in age, but like I said, my sister was doing cat rescue stuff, and she had this other one, these kittens that actually she found under her porch with the mom and dad and whatnot. Ended up bringing them in and rescuing them. And the one kitten, out of all of them, a lot of them like to be sociable and whatnot, but the one did not like held or touched or anything. They called her the flopping fish for a while, but they named her Ophelia. And Ophelia just, again, didn't like held, didn't like touched, didn't like bothered. She just wanted left to her own vices. I went over to help them with their internet. There was something with their internet at the time, so I went to see my sister, and I saw them. Well, at the time, my sister wasn't home. It was her ex-husband, and my nephew. And well, he was showing me all the kittens and showing me all the cats that they did have and that they were fostering at the time. And he picks up Ophelia and hands her to me. And there's a picture I have somewhere where she's sitting in my arms looking at me. She wasn't flopping. She wasn't moving. She wasn't doing what they thought she was going to do, like she did to anybody and everything else. She sat there in my arms and she looked at me like enamored and like I found my person. And needless to say, it got to me too. And I ended up, well, my sister said something and she's like, the adoption fee's $90. It goes to the rescue and they use it to get the more stuff and whatnot. But after a certain day that she would be available, and I'm like, fine. I filled out the papers, I went through the process, and I adopted her, and now she's my Smiffers because, well, I call her Smiff or Smiffers because she likes to smell everything, and when you go to pet her, she has to smell first. She smells your hand or whatnot, but she was the first one to start curling up on top of me and sleeping on top of me, and now Claire does it too, But Ophelia came to me, she picked me. So I had two cats that picked me when I wasn't an animal person. So I became a cat person, to say the least. I still love my fish. I still like to keep fish, and I like to keep crabs and stuff like that on occasion. And when we bought this house, there's a small fish pond on the property. Nothing too huge, but I have like pond koi. Well, they call them pond koi, but they're kind of like goldfish, really. But that's just, you know, I keep my fish, and watching the fish and the colors and stuff was always good for my anxiety and my depression at the time too. Even just a little more like boring end kind of fish like neon tetras and stuff are really pretty because of their blue and red color and things, and just watching them move and having a clean tank, that the art of the aesthetic of the tank and stuff was fun to me. So I stuck with that. Every once in a while I'll get shrimp too. We'll add shrimp to my tanks, but you know, it is what it is, but I stuck to that. Never really cared for pets, you know, it wasn't really my thing, but eventually, as I just said, I became a cat dad, and here I am, and I don't regret it. And of course, though, the change in that has me, like, when the day comes when they're gone, I'm of course gonna want another one, you know? I talk to my wife all the time about how now after them, I've seen so much cat stuff and whatnot, and like I want a big floofy Maine Coon that I can curl up with. All right, let's catch up on chat. Now, my brain being blank. Under the head onto her neck. So I kind of colored everything down below there and shaded all that. I shaded her neck, and I shaded like everything in around here earlier because of like the inside of the collar. So I don't know if maybe I overdid it then. You can use an airbrush, very big size, soft brush, if you want it to look more 3D. Otherwise, stick with the cell shading. I'm kind of just going to go with the cell shading look. Next, you can make a new layer above this one and clip it. Use the 2 squares above it. Change that layer to add so you can put the highlights. Oh, okay. Okay. So new layer. Add. New layer above this one. Clip it. Use the 2 squares. Okay. Change that layer to add so you can put the highlights. Aw, very cute. I have a fluffy cat. Awesome. I don't know. Like, I'm not like, I was never that person that was into the pets until now. I had experience with dogs because my parents had dogs and stuff, but his name is Smokey. He seems to be a Maine Coon because he's calm and whatnot, but when I took a pic of him and went to Google Lens, it sees a Nibelung? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. Google Lens is a little weird yet, so I don't know for sure if that picks up on stuff right. It seems to do good with like translating things, but who knows? Color you want to pick will be a bright color that will be like the lights, preferably one in the image. He's a big fluffy Russian blue cat. Ooh, sounds pretty. I like the yellow on her helmet for this. Okay, so let's go with that then. Okay, let me lock this just so I don't mess it up. Okay, Elsa will be 75% opacity-ish. Okay, let's drop that down then. Okay, let's go with that. Some sort. You know what? I'm good with that. Let's increase the brush size. Let's go 20. What's a 20 look like? Okay. Kinda. Okay, maybe. Let's, see how that works then. That's not doing exactly what I want there. Maybe, okay. I'll just do it on both sides here. Ooh, 2 hours and 11 minutes. Let me check and make sure my music didn't do something wonky. Okay, it's actually about to end, so... Okay, so we gave some shine on either end of the visor. It doesn't show up too well. It doesn't give a huge brightness or anything, but it does highlight there, which is nice. I kind of want it to have a brighter, like, whitish kind of shine to some extent to make it pop a little more. Okay, that video ended. Let's go and continue, because this channel's been good for... Okay, let's go videos. Background. Here's another one from 4 months ago. Let's go with this. Okay. Alright, let's bring my reference back up. There we go. There's another option called Add Glow. Ooh, that's not good. That's even worse. This is cool though. This is neat to play around with. I like that. You could try a few of the other modes or change the color. Nope, that's not doing anything. Okay. So let's that doesn't do anything. Okay. It changes things a little bit, but that doesn't help. My original thought for what I was going to do was just to create an ad or draw like a bright white spot over top that would kind of block everything, but I don't know. I don't know how that would look either. Let's darken this for now, or just kind of hide it. Let me test that. We're going to test that theory and see what that looks like. See, that kind of shines over, but that's almost like it's erasing. That's weird. That's normal. What if we add... No, if we add glow, it doesn't really do much either. Overlay. Okay. Let's subtract lighten. Oh, you know what, dummy? How about we do that? No! Hello! Here, let's do it this way. That's it! There we go. There we go. And then we just need to kind of do it on either side a little bit. That's just looking bright white though over top now. Maybe on one side versus both. Let's see how that looks. I do know we could do it. This. Okay. Now we do one of these. Okay. Let's drop down 5. Okay. How does that look? Does that look too unnatural? Does that look decent? Like that? Let's see what you guys think here. I think it looks pretty good. Awesome. A bit bright, a little lower maybe. Well, see, the thing I was going for, we could try maybe lowering the opacity, but I'm trying to look at it from the perspective of, since this is supposed to be a crystal clear visor, you know, you kind of want a heavy shine on it. And this, I will say a little bit, is some experience from the fact that I've seen those firsthand, being a former volunteer firefighter for a limited time, very limited time, but actually dropping it just about 10 there, that does kind of look nice. It gives it a nice shine. Gives it a nice shine, but you definitely want to keep it a little bit on the brighter end, but I do like lowering it a little bit. That looks nicer like that, because you could see a little bit more of the inside, which is kind of why I did those quick little erase lines too, just looking at it, how it appears on the visor too, but I like that a little better. Okay. Ew. Ew. I didn't mean to do glow dodge. There we go. There we go. Awesome. I think we're going to delete this one. I like it like that. Okay. I like it like that. Perfect. Geez, my eyes are feeling heavy. Then go to sleep, Gothic. What are you doing? If they're feeling heavy, get some sleep. I'm probably not going to be on here too much longer anyways, myself. Just for the sake of the fact that it is 3:12, so I'm probably going to get a little bit more sleep here myself soon. The one thing I don't like, and I tried to fix it a little bit, was the eye here, the side of the eye has a little bit darker spot on the one side than it does the other. So I wonder if I could fix that here real quick. Let's see. Let's do this. New? Why not? If your eyes are feeling heavy, take care of yourself. Don't give me Angie face. You goober. No Angie faces. No Angie face allowed. Okay. So let's unlock this. Too big of one side. Let's go. Let's try 5 here. Oh, darn it. I'm using the wrong layer. That's why. That explains it. Let's backtrack here. I'm using my shading layer instead of my... Okay. Go here. Unlock this one. That's the one I want to use. There we go. That's better. Looks a little more even now. Awesome. You can double click on the name of the layer and change it if you want to. Actually, I was changing them before I started doing the coloring tonight. Because if you see, these were all named, and of course they're named copy now because I copied them from my original, doodles, but yeah. Wait. Oh, man. Delete these because I gotta rename it over here. Okay, we can delete that. Delete. Okay. I'll have to rename that and play around with that later. But still. I didn't start naming my layers until like this past year. It is helpful. It was so chaotic and barely used any layers too. See, that was me initially when I started trying to learn digital art and stuff. I was not I was not naming layers. I was not using multiple layers. I was just like one picture, one image. Here we go. That's it. We're done. But I was so dumb with it. Oh, wifey is still awake. She's sending me Facebook reels. Yeah. But I did start naming them on that initial drawing for the sake of organization because, I mean, I had and have all this stuff separated, and I didn't want to have it like, since I was separating layers, I didn't want to have layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, and it's like, crap, what do I need to do? So, I got into that kind of early, but let's do that here. And let's name this one. This was color. Not CC color. No T. Okay. This one is... See, I did it this way initially. Layer settings, change layer name. Okay, this was shading. Okay, and this one is shine. Perfect. Okay. Meanwhile, I never name my layers because I'm stupid. You are not stupid. And girl, I will fight with you every day on that. The more you continue to say that you're stupid, I will tell you that you're not. Remember that. I look at my drawing and notice I still didn't label it though. But what I do, I have many characters and such. It makes sense. It's all right. What else are we thinking? I don't want to call it finished until we're 100% sure. Until we're 100% sure. But I want your advice because this is all new for me. So, and ultimately, Lucky gets the final call because this Shaw was designed for her anyways. So, I mainly say that I'm stupid for lols, but I get that. That's the same with me running around saying I'm fat. Even though, I mean, yes, I am overweight, but I say that for the lols too. So I get it. I understand. I'm just teasing you. Airbrush a bit of pink for her cheeks. That's a good thought. That is a good thought. I did the little squiggles, so we could add some airbrush. We could do that on the color layer. A little pink. All right, so let's go. Let's lighten it new. There we go. That's way too much. All right, let's take that off. All right, so let's drop this down. Let's try and see what's that's still too much. Okay, so let's try 20. What do you think of that? Shall be embarrassed. Okay. What did I do? No. Have it to lock that. Thank you. Okay. Okay. So we added a little pink. Any other thoughts here? Multiply shadow under just the top of her eyes and a little shine on her hair and done. Okay. Multiply shadow under just the top of her eyes. Okay. Wait a second. color. Oh, you know what? I used this under just the top. So if we do like, did I get that wrong? For the under the eyes? Am I? Because I'll do it on the other one if I did that right. If I did that wrong, then I'll fix it. Just do it a bit thicker. Okay. 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 Just a tad too much. Just a tad. Okay. So there's that. Okay. All right, and a little shine on her hair. Okay. So, with a hair shine, how are we thinking about that? Just lighten the color on this multiply layer and try to add it. Same as the add. Oh, okay, okay. Okay. All right, so let's lock this and then let's go here. Okay, let's. Okay. Now let's do. See, I was just doing white on that one. And I did that on what, a 5. Now where? Okay, let's unlock it. Whatever shape or style for the shine. Get creative. It's been a while since I've done this. Okay, and how can I add? This is a little conundrum. So I shaded in the dark in the areas that need to, but to add the shine. See, I'm going over into the shading, and I don't like that, but. Like how that was a little too much. Too much, too little. I get a little weird when I think about the hair shine, just because of the fact that I laugh when I think about some of the old style of like anime hair where they did stuff with like different blocky shapes or things, or like, for example, one of the most famous with Rock Lee from Naruto, and how they did Ninja and hid that within the shine of his hair. Okay, let's try to erase the bottom. I just wanted to do a little bit more to see what looked better. But what about that? What about that? Remove the lower. You put that much, it looks wet though. Well, I'm not trying to go with some moist hair Shaw, so. Looks good, looks better. Okay, cool. All right. So we did the shine, we did the eye. Let's, wait a second. Okay, Gothic, what did you say? Go for a line art layer, alpha lock, color the blush lines with darker color so it's less harsh. Okay, wait a second. Go to line art layer, alpha lock it. I don't see an option for alpha lock. Let's see. Oh my, excuse me. I don't know how to do that myself. Lock it. Wait, lock with the pixels next to it. Next to the lock, or to the right next to it. Oh, okay. Wait. This one here. Okay, so these were all my line art layers, so let's do that. Okay, so fifth symbol close to the chick. Okay, so we got that. All right, so now wait. Let me go back. Color the blush lines with a darker color so it's less harsh. Okay, so I believe that was on the face. No, that was not the face. Facial features. There it is. Okay, so color it a darker pink so it's less harsh compared to the blush. Okay, so if we go like that, I don't think that did anything. I don't think it did anything for me. Maybe if we pump up the size? Nope, it ain't doing nothing. Ebb. Make sure you are on the same layer as the blush lines. I don't see anything. All right, you can just add a new layer and then clip it. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, because this... Oh, wait. That's why. Yes, I'm on the wrong layer. I did it again! Just like earlier. I somehow went down to the face stuff. I'm supposed to be on here. So. There we go. There? Oops, I did it again. What do you think? That look better? Yay! I did it this time. Wow. And I'm bleeding. Yay. Whoa! What are we doing here? All right. Awesome. So, now. I like how it looks, though. I do like how it looks. That does come out nice. We're gonna lock. All right. So, we're gonna lock the shine. So, what do we think here? Should I add anything else? Should I do maybe a background before we call this a finished product here? You do a bit of shine on the sides of her helmet and the thing on her neck if you wanted. What's specifically like here? I could see here. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so we did this. Collar. Okay. So, Okay. Now, as far as the sides of her helmet, like these little things sticking off, or are you talking in like here under the visor? Like the gray things. Okay, okay. Why aren't you curving? Perfect. All right. Now, background, a color circle, so it would be a good profile picture. Okay. Pick a color then. What do you want the color to be? We'll throw, let me do this. Let's throw a layer that would be down below those. Okay. the gold, you know what? The gold, looking at the gold, that could probably do some light on the gold as well to make it shiny. Okay, so this one's going to be another add. And let's do... try something like that. Let's do I don't like how that went. But there we go. A little bit of gold. That gives some shine to that. I like that. Okay. Thinking red. The same one as on her hat. Okay. Oh, that reminds me. I meant to go fix and get rid of the line because it doesn't have the line on her artwork, so I'm gonna remove that red line if I can remember. Here, I'm probably gonna have to go into the color layer for that. So, let's lock that. Okay. Wait, what? No. Boom. I wanted to lock that. Unlock this one. Good. Okay. Alright, so let's go here. Unlock the color layer. Let's see if we can get rid of this. Or wait, no, that's something I'm in here I would have to do. Ooh, to be faster, if you can't find it, you could just do a new layer at the top and color over it. You know what? That's a good idea. That would be a lot better, a lot easier. So let's... What? No way. Let's lock that. Okay, let's lock that. And let's do a new layer. Bring that down here. And we're going to color over that. Awesome. Very freaking awesome tips. You know, we could always just bump up the There we go. That makes it shine a little bit more for the gold. It's a good idea. All right, so let's go with red for the hat. Okay. Now, back to here. Okay. Okay, so we go here. Let's try, what do we got here? Oops. And can I fill it? No, see, that's a selection. We don't want a selection. Here we go. Maybe a little bit bigger. Sure, it can be modified a little bit after, but no. And if we fill, boom. Maybe better to have the light. Okay, we did that. Don't want to seem too critical, so I won't say anything. Hey, you're not too critical. I need this help, so I appreciate everything you're saying. It's helping me, and this is my first time with doing something like this, so this is awesome. Checking on lap specialization. Oh, what the heck is this? Find it easier to just do a big brush and click once for a perfect circle, then move it. That's a good point. That is a good point. Bad weather coming for me overnight. Yep, same. Oh my. That's Sean recruitment. Awesome. That is very cool. Going to add, okay. Okay. And this one going to be I can go in here with this. We're gonna do this here, G pen. Nope, too thick. Let's drop that to a 5. No, I was part way through it. Here we go. Okay. Aha! I see that. I see. Transparent parts. Okay. Let's fix that. We shall fix it. It did not work. Go into the other thing. Lock that. Go here. Move. Whoa! Wrong color. Hey there. Let's grab this. Poof. Okay, I'll have to do some touch-up. That's all right. We'll have to do some touch-up. Here we go. Let's get the pen. Fix that. Okay, so we got that. Transparent, still so, okay. All right, so let's check that gold lighting real quick. All right. There's Hundo. There's your 100%. What do you think, Gothic? Better actually with the 100? All right. Then there we go. It is. Are we calling this complete? Are we calling this actually complete? You love it? I love to hear that. That is awesome. Now, dumb question here. Whoa. Because of the fact that my layer size is, or like my canvas size is huge. If I export this to make like a saved final version of the picture, will it crop to that, or should I manually crop it? Yes, definitely want to save it, but I'm going to remove my reference. This, I'm actually going to close that one because I don't need to save it. This one we're going to save as okay. And where did I save the original? I saved it in pictures. Sure. Okay. It won't crop. Okay. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. So now that I know we have to manually do that, let's figure out how to do that. And then I'll save it again so it's cropped properly. Edit. Crop. Okay, so I need to select. Let's do crop. Deselect. Okay, save. Okay. Jeez, I hear thunder. Okay. You can also just crop it on your phone, PC, or any other after you have the full image. That makes sense. Okay, let's crop it, deselect. Let's do it this way. I like that. I like that. All right. Let's. Save. New information cannot be obtained. Yes. Okay. Okay. Boom. See how it looks now. Now that I've exported it as a JPEG as well. Ah, it looks great. I am happy. I'm very happy with that, how that came out. Thank you everybody for all the help. And Lucky, I will post that on socials and send that over to you probably on Discord if it'll let me. Jeez, holy crap. 3 hours. I finished up Shaw finally, though. I can move on. Now sketching the redesigns. All right. I'm gonna send that to my phone actually right now. Hope I get far without being blasted by sleepiness. Well, you should definitely sleep. Yay, thank you. Yeah, Discord. Should be able to use those methods with lots of other drawings. Well, thank you. That's my thing, is I appreciate all the help you guys gave me, because this helped me, number one, to learn a lot and to gain a bit more confidence in my stuff here. So let's I'll send that over to my phone here so that I can post it on socials later, but I can send it to you on Discord now. Let me do that. And attach, upload a file, pictures. Okay, there, I sent it over. Gets faster as you go. I'm anxious to continue to learn more, to draw more. So this is going to be awesome. And this is going to be more experience as we get further with all this stuff. And as I start breaking into doing concept art and stuff for game design and the characters that I want to create, this is going to be a lot more fun. Now, like I said, I am probably at some point this week, after I get paid, possibly even later today when my wife gets paid, I'm going to order a flatbed scanner. Since I can't fix mine, I'll just retain my printer as it is, but I'll get a little flatbed scanner, and that way I can do my manual, my traditional sketches and scan those in and be able to work with those on here. But still, I can go back and save that as a PNG because I still saved the original file. So that's a good idea. Okay. To save the transparency and the quality. That's a good idea. Very good. Okay, more advice. Let's do that then. Okay. All right, save as PNG. And I'll resend it to you. Whoops. I completely closed down on my Clip Studio Paint. What is this one? Properties. Okay. There we go. There's the PNG. That's okay. To be fair, I'm still doing my multiply layer on my own drawing. Well, it is what it is. Tried my best. Okay. Always do PNG. It lets you have it transparent and keeps it quality. Just take pics with my phone and my traditional art and then sketch over it on digital. It's not perfect, but it works. I like that. And I did that method for a little while for certain things, but I kind of got to a point where I don't know, like there were certain things that I was scanning in, and the fact that I actually need a scanner for stuff for my kids for school and hockey and whatnot, and the fact that even for myself for work and things, at time to time I've needed it and just haven't been able to use it because of the fact that my scanner doesn't work. It's one thing that I definitely want to do that, and you know, I'll have both methods at my disposal, but with my shaky hands sometimes with cameras, with my camera phone and stuff like that, it's probably easier for me to just scan it, but whatever you do, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Ow. Scratch myself again. You're welcome. Can you use it as your profile picture? Of course, you can use it. You can do whatever you want with it. You have full rights and whatever to it because I just created it for you. You could do whatever. I'll share it here when I get off, but I was going to continue working on my Dr. OC, but it is getting pretty late. It is 4 a.m. for me. I probably should go get some sleep and see my wifey before she falls asleep, unless she already did, in which case I'm probably... she sent something to me about a half an hour ago, but even still. The scratch is okay. Oh, it's fine. I have this spot on my leg. It's a scab that I should have put a bandage over, and I keep either scratching it with my own finger or like off of something. It's all right though. It's worse, or I have a worse scratch actually on my arm. You can't really see it well right now, but it's from cutting grass yesterday. All right, yeah, I think I'm going to wrap up just for tonight, just so I can go get some sleep. And I might go live again tomorrow, so let's go full screen here. I'm just gonna close this out. And let's turn off my music here. Pick up there again next time, as we can. Yeah, I was out cutting grass yesterday and with my kids, and this came from a tree branch that just scratched me, so yeah, no. Is what it is. I say that too much, I know, but but yeah, I might go live again tomorrow, guys, and do this again. The last couple we did Resident Evil, and I do want to pick up with that at some point this week, but I think I want to really want to continue working on my Dr. OC, and I want to get ready to use that as a merch design. You know, I want to be able to put that on, like, possibly like a t-shirt or something. But I you know, with my logo or something. But I want to work on it a couple times and start getting used to drawing it and create and perfect it if I can. So it's going to take time, and it's going to take work and effort. As you guys saw, you guys just taught me a lot when it comes to, you know, the coloring and things like that, and the shading, and that was awesome. And now that it's on here, I'll be able to reference it, you know, and go back to my VOD here and reference things as we need. And of course, you know, bug you all for advice from time to time too. But that's something I want to continue to work on next. And then we'll get my sketches that I've done so far for Musi scanned in, and once I get my flatbed, and we'll start digitally coloring those. Those are going to take, we'll do the line art, and we'll digitally color those and get all that stuff done. And those are going to take a little bit more, but I'll see if I could join the next one. I'm off from work. Well, that would be awesome if you can. If not, it is what it is. No problem. But I appreciate that you were here tonight. Doing Rita. Well, you keep doing Rita. I'm sorry. Anyways, it did so good and improved like crazy. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It's all up from here, you know? We'll continue. Keep trying, keep practicing, and we'll do as much as we can. No, despite her being hot, I don't mean it like that. Oh, man. Well, you know, we could still take it that way. But again, I don't mean it like that. It's all right. Even if she's hot. Hey, you know what? I'm not judging. I'm not judging. listen, listen. We do what we want to do. We don't judge. We don't have problems with that stuff. So you could do Rita all you want, and I'm not gonna say a thing. I'm just messing with you. Okay, I'm sorry. Ooh, new manga chapters. Sweet. I got new stuff to read. Yeah. So I do want to continue at some point this week with Resident Evil 2 and get Leon's story finished up. But tomorrow, or technically today, if I have a chance, I will try to go live again and do another stream. Probably not as long as this one though, just because I will work on Tuesday. I've got a short week though. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Short weekend next weekend, and then Monday through Thursday, and back to 3-day weekend there. But I've got some other content and stuff that I'm going to be recording and working on hopefully tomorrow, because I've been at my family's a lot this weekend, so I didn't have as much time as I thought to do recordings and to get some other stuff done. So I'm a bit behind on what I wanted to do this weekend, but that's okay. It's no big deal. I'll get working on stuff throughout the week here, and we'll get some editing done. But I'll do what I can during the day, but I'm probably going to be sleeping for a little while. Wifey doesn't work till 1 o'clock at least, so I'll get some time with her before she goes to work, and then we'll move on from there. But we are still sitting here, guys, at 379, 380. We hit 380. So we have 380 subscribers now. We are 20 away from the 400 goal. And when we hit that goal, that is the Lessing vocal cover. That is coming. I've been practicing a lot. And I'm still nervous with it, and I've still got some parts that I'm not confident in yet, but we're getting there. There's nothing else too crazy going on because we don't have the voting for that anymore, and we don't have the Arknights video creation event anymore. That's done. That was amazing, guys. It blew me out of the water how much support we had during that event, because of the fact that, number one, I got more votes than I ever had, and I got in the top 20 for the first time ever. So we're going to keep working on it. We're going to keep trying to improve our content for those too. But that was awesome. And now I have another Lapland plushie coming thanks to the prize for that one. So we'll do my usual video. When that comes, I'll open her up and we'll talk about the experience, and we'll talk about the way the channel's going, like I like to do at those points. So we'll do that. Yay, excited for it. The Lessing cover. I hope it comes out good, because if it comes out good, then I want to do more vocal covers. And as I posted the other day, man, if I had access or had somebody that could do backing tracks for me, I would absolutely love to do some other songs, and some other things would be a lot of fun if it's well received. Because if it seems like I don't care how many views it gets, if the commentary and the comments I get on it seem good and seem positive, that's what's going to make me think to do more. Because if it gets 5-10 views, okay, cool. I'm cool with that. If it's liked, that's what I'm more interested in. But I want to do some other music, and I've been thinking I would absolutely love to cover some of the songs from Hell of a Boss or Husband Hotel. One of the ones that I would adore to do, but I would need a duet partner for it, is More Than Anything from Husband Hotel. I would love to do that, but I would also like to do some of the Stolas music from Hell of a Boss, because my wife likes when I sing the Stolas stuff. I can't not sing along with most of that music when I hear it. But then there's covers of stuff like One OK Rock songs that I absolutely would love to do. I adore their music, and I sing along to them a lot too. But then, of course, there's other Arknights songs that I would do as well, but I wouldn't need as much work for those because I can use the instrumentals from the EPs and go along with those. So, but there's other things like that that would be fun to work with. And I'm still trying to figure out what we're going to do when we hit 500 subscribers. Now, we're getting close to the point for that where we're getting close to for the headhunting program, the Arknights headhunting program, their content creator program. We're starting to get close to the line for that, so to speak, of where it's going to be a little bit of a pinch. And if we don't make it by then, I'm going to have a couple videos that would reach that 600 view count again. But that's fine. We'll do what we can and work hard towards it in the future as we go. It's a lot of fun, the grind, you know, and we're getting close to that point where YouTube Partner is the start of spearheading this into a future career. So we'll see what the future holds. But between all the stuff I want to work on for Arknights and Limbus Company and other games, other things. Oh God, I just remembered. I actually got an email about a key. I got another access to a game to record for. I got that earlier today, so I've got to record for that. I can play and share content ahead of time, but the game launches on the 27th. Cool. So I've got a recording for a game to do. Technically today, I'll get that recorded so I can put that video out. But I keep getting access through stuff. I keep getting found on X from these different companies and whatnot, and they're sending me stuff in email, and it's cool. It's awesome. But at the same time, I can't keep up with it all. So we'll figure that out. But I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. And before I ramble on too much more, and like I said, I go see if my wife's still awake. If not, hopefully not wake her up when I crawl into bed. But yeah, appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time out of your day, as always, to hang out here on the channel, whether we're live or whether you're watching this on the VOD. You guys are awesome as well. It's been fun to finally color Shaw and to finish that project. So I will post that on socials before I do go to sleep. But it's been a lot of fun to cross this point and be ready to move on to the next step and continue practicing and learn. But yeah, like I said, I appreciate you all. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. That's going to help me to grow further. But we'll keep practicing. We'll keep moving forward, and it's only upward from here. I will do my best to keep learning and keep practicing and keep going further with my artwork so that someday I can really, truly be happy with making concept art and character designs and things so that I can make a game and follow that dream as well. It's awesome. Thank you for drawing, Shaw. Well, you're very, very welcome. I'm happy that you like it. So, and guys, anytime if there's something that I'm working on or whatnot, feel free. Tell me if you like it, if you don't like it, if there's something that needs fixed or whatever. I'm not a guy that can take that is against taking criticism. It helps me to improve, and that's my biggest thing. So, see you later. P.S. We'll, of course, send work in progress of the redesigns. Okay. Questioning what to do with Rita's shoes. Well, try a couple things. Or give her the big Kingdom Hearts shoes. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I know you've talked about that before. But guys, that is it for this one. And we'll possibly see you later on tonight. Take care.